Honestly,
we're
that's the
still
nicest
working on
thing.
it.
Yeah, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about this podcast. So we really appreciate that.
I think I get it.
The nicest thing. Yeah, I think I get it, and I've listened to a couple episodes. That's what
that's
we
high
want to
praise.
hear.
A few.
That's at least
Thank you so much, Jenny.
Yeah, I hope we get a review on one of the podcast apps that's just, I think I get it. 4 stars.
Yeah.
I'll do that immediately after this. I'm taking notes.
Incredible. And I'm going to make a comment on there that says, one of my new friends says they've watched a few episodes.
Well, hey, that's better. I'll bring up like a project to like a family member and they'll be like, you're doing what now? And I'm like, never mind. Just never mind.
You're like, it's something I told you about consistently for the last year.
Right. Yeah. I've only been working on it for over a year, but whatever.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes. I used to share all the stuff I do on Instagram and Facebook. And then, like people, you'd see that there's like 100 people or whatever looked at it. I don't know how many clicked on it, but then I'll mention that I'm doing this thing. And then the person who I've seen look at like 15 of my stories or shared posts is like, what? You have a podcast? You have a radio show? And I'm like, I don't, why am I even sharing this on my personals if it doesn't like register at all. It's like they click on it and it just means nothing to them.
That's so true. It's really bizarre, the whole lurking of social media and then, some of the most amazing things happen through social media. So I just really don't know what to think anymore.
It's so true.
Well, while we have you here, because I know you do various different types of criticism and then some online talking about movies, hosting movies, programming movies. Why don't we start off? Tell us a little bit about where people can find your work, what you're working on.
Too many places. I'm at moviejohn.com. I do reviews for them, mostly Disc Dispatch right now. So I review discs from Kino Lorber, Criterion, Eureka, places like that. I'm on Instagram at Genevieve Radosti. I have a webpage. It's genevieveраdosti.com. Pretty straightforward.
Nice.
I'm trying to think what else. I'm also a co-host on the Cinefilth podcast. We talk about the movies your parents warned you about, or we try to. It's pretty silly, but we have a good time. And yeah, if you follow my Instagram, I post pretty much everything. Like you were saying before, I post pretty much everything on there. So that's probably the easiest way to keep track of all the irons I have in the fire. Or you can come see a movie in Omaha, Nebraska at Projecting and Underground Cinema in Millwork Commons this month.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice.
And does that end in September, or is it an open question?
Pretty much. We're putting a pin in it after August, and then we're just going to see where the wind takes us. It might end up being more of a pop-up situation. It might be a video store, micro cinema hybrid. We might come back next summer. It's just kind of up in the air, so we'll see.
Okay.
Ooh,
great.
the suspense. I love it.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, but it's been really enjoyable. Just, whether it's a big crowd for a really hyped up movie or a smaller one for a lesser known movie, almost every time I end up having really nice conversations before and after. So that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, that's great. And so we had you on here because I know one of your current projects that you're working on is thinking about which movies the Library of Congress should recognize. And so people may or may not be aware of that project. Maybe we could just back up a little bit. There's the National Film Registry. How old is that? Do you have a sense of the history of that whole thing?
Yes. So I did do a little bit of research. I know you told me like, oh, don't sweat it, but I'm like, oh, I'm sweating it. I found out that it started in 1988, and it's a board of people led by the Librarian of Congress, who gets kind of the final say on what gets added. And it gets reauthorized every so often. The latest time it got reauthorized, I believe, was in 2016 for 10 more years. So I'm really curious about what the future of the National Film Registry looks like. This past year was the first time in its history that the announcement was like a month late because of government shutdown. So I don't know. It's weird.
So was the Librarian of Congress, was that a position before the National Film Registry?
Yes. Yeah, definitely that. I don't know when that started, but yeah, they've been around before because they get nominated for 10-year servemanships. I don't. They get nominated by the president of the United States to serve for 10 years, and there have been, I believe, 15 of them. So they've been around a while.
1,500 years.
There you go.
So okay, that's the thing. I mentioned this to you when you first you were earnestly saying, what should we be nominating? And I said my first question was, is this still run by people who believe in the concept of government, or did our current president elect somehow the worst? Like, who would be the worst Librarian of Congress? Because that's who he would pick. Somebody who just hates the concept of libraries.
If you go to the Wikipedia page, there's been some drama this past year when President Trump kicked out Carla Hayden about a year early. She did not get to finish her 10 years. And it's disputed who the acting librarian is. It's either Robert Newland, who the Library of Congress recognizes, or it's Todd Blanche, which they do not recognize. So it's disputed.
So Todd Blanche, the famous film critic.
He loves
He'd be a great fit. Yeah, he'd be a great fit for that role.
Oh my God. So this is going to be another stupid culture war fight ultimately, in maybe its final year. You'd think, okay, if they don't want to continue it, you would think that maybe they would just let it be its own thing. But he loves to just pick fights with everybody. I know the joke I made to you was that it's going to be Kevin Sorbo who's submitting episodes of Hercules for himself to say, oh, this is significant. We better put that one in there.
Well, that's I think they have kind of, and by they I mean the administration, I think they kind of have let the library be for now, but we'll see what happens when it's time to reauthorize the National Film Registry. I don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of fitting that we're talking about dumb movies for the registry today, because it just kind of feels like a dumb movie. That's actually part of why I thought this would be a fun conversation, because our ideas of culturally significant art usually have the rules of art in sort of embodied in them, which is to say, like, it needs to be subtle, it needs to be complicated, nuanced, and none of those things really apply to reality today. Like, I watch a movie, I've made a joke that it feels like we're living through Evil Airplane. You know, Airplane's kind of closer to what real life feels like than the Aaron Sorkin version of The West Wing or whatever. And I don't know at what point, like, is it admitting defeat to say maybe serious art should be stupider? Like, we need to look at dumber stuff because we're a dumb group of people. I don't know what to do with that exactly, but I wanted to bring you on to sort of let's parse through, does cultural significance in a time of a very idiotic culture need to look more idiotic? Right. Well, it's like I said off the mic, I'm like, dumb people need movies too, you know, whether it's
It's true. We do.
Yeah.
We do.
There's dozens of us.
Dozens.
I don't know. There's dozens of people who want to watch the serious ones. Like I was looking through, I pulled up the list of movies that have been entered into this body that's supposed to be culturally significant and I guess preserved. And part of that might also need some clarification that there was a time when you couldn't necessarily access every movie, that to preserve a movie was a big deal. So there's a list of a lot of different movies from all over, like from the 1890s to stuff that's fairly recent. And I was looking through mainly just for ones that seemed out of place, because a lot of them are broadly the ones you'd see them on lists of classics or the best movies of all time. There weren't a ton that were really out there. One that caught my eye was the Zapruder film.
Oh.
Which is that a movie? That's.
If you bring some popcorn along, sure.
You have it on a loop, I guess.
Yeah. That opens a door, maybe we get into later, of we're kind of in this post-cinema age of just weird clips on the internet that people watch. And is that going to become, if Zapruder film is significant cinema, who knows what TikToks also might be.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird thing with the National Film Registry. Like, one caveat they give, they're like, we'd prefer you do feature films and short films, but if you want to nominate music videos, go for it. So I really wonder if in future future years, they'll include music videos, if they'll include, vines. I was just quoting a vine at a party like 2 days ago. They're kind of significant, at least to a very small percentage of a generation. if culture's just moving too fast, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine all of us have just random memes and videos and stupid things we've seen on the internet that kind of mean as much to us as some of our favorite movies. I don't know, Will, Courtney, any of those come to mind? Or then you would say, like, this is just sort of in your head at all times. Maybe it should be recognized by the Library of Congress.
Yeah, I mean, too many to articulate, but
Yeah, so many.
Oh, wow.
Tons are coming to mind. So many are coming to mind.
so many I can't think of one.
No, but I have definitely gotten sort of a soundbite stuck in my head from a TikTok or a Vine or whatever. And that is interesting because if the culture is moving so quickly, it's sort of significant for those people in that brief moment of time. And then it sort of becomes irrelevant forever.
I think that's a great point. The internet it's kind of in our heads because we grow up with it, or it's just part of our lives. We look at it for so long, but it's kind of meant to be disposable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to do with that.
I am still quoting that Vine of the guy at a party watching a girl do a pull from a vape, and he goes and turns to his friend and goes, "Wow." And I'm always thinking about it. It lives with me now.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, another one that I saw, I wrote down a few that stuck out to me is like, okay, this is maybe not a classic in the way that I would consider best movies ever. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Oh.
Is that one of the best movies? Is that important?
I would just jump in here as a non-expert and say that it's the first funny Frankenstein movie, right? The rest of that before that had been actually horror movies. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think it's the first like official comedy, but there's definitely camp elements to Bride of Frankenstein. Whereas, Abbott and Costello, it's like a full embrace of, we're just going to be silly from here on out.
Right. Interesting.
I was surprised that they would consider that important, though, because there are some comedies on there, but for the most part, people, I think, a well-crafted comedy just doesn't seem as powerful to a lot of critics as a drama or like an action movie, an epic of some sort.
I think it's so much harder. That's just me because I can't do comedy. So whenever I see something like that, I'm like, kudos.
Well, yeah. So, okay, that where I originally got the idea was you sent our group chat where, what are some movies we could maybe look at as we get into being able to nominate movies for this list. And as you sent that, I think my wife had turned on Billy Madison, which was just on TV. And I thought, wow, I think I'm not alone in saying I've probably seen that movie 100 times. I know the lines really well. It's not one I really turn on a lot, but it's just like if you were aware and alive at a certain point in the 90s and 2000s, that Adam Sandler stuff was just everywhere. And I thought, that's a stupid movie. I don't even know if it's really a good movie. It's funny, but it is culturally significant, I think, because it is just a huge part of the culture. And I don't know, does that, where do you draw the line in cultural significance? Maybe we start there.
That's way too hard. It's way too difficult because the whole criteria is culturally, aesthetically, or historically significant, which is just, such a broad scope. And the way I think of it, every time I tried to think of like a really dumb movie, I could make an argument for it. And it just kind of reminded me of that adage of every movie is somebody's favorite movie. And I feel like it's kind of true with Library of Congress. It's every movie is significant to some American.
Yeah, that's true. If Rob Schneider ends up becoming our librarian, we might get some Adam Sandler movies in there. Or it'd be funny if he only picks like, all right, The Hot Chick, The Animal, all those other Adam Sandler movies. Maybe Adam Sandler's like, what about
Benchwarmers?
Yeah, Benchwarmers. He's like, what about Big Daddy? And Rob Schneider's like, no, I don't think that one's culturally significant.
Not enough culture in there. And they're like, you mean you weren't in there? He's like, exactly.
Yeah. I don't even know what else. I'm sure he's been in a million other movies that they're not even on our radar because there was no Happy Madison element there to, keep the marketing going. But I don't know. So I thought maybe we could throw some ideas out because there are movies that I think have a lot of craft that are good. Billy Madison in the realm of like, it's a weird idiosyncratic movie. Again, I don't know that it's great cinema exactly. It's funny-ish. It's got funny people in it. But there also are very popular movies that kind of suck, but that are culturally relevant too, right? Like I was thinking something like The Room.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should that be recognized?
Let me check if it's been recognized.
I don't think so.
Oh, if it's already been recognized, I don't know if I'm proud to be an American anymore. No offense to anyone.
It has not been recognized, but yeah, I feel like that's a huge part of the culture, or at least a culture.
And it's not good. Like, it's kind of like so notably, bizarrely bad that people love it. But how many people out there have ever done the "Oh, hey, Mark" or some other quote from that movie?
Yeah, millions.
Courtney,
At least dozens.
have you seen The Room?
I have not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're missing out, Courtney. It's a great film.
I quote it to my 7-year-old all the time. I tell him anything for my princess, and he's like, "I'm not. That's not me, Mom." And I'm like, "No."
So we can maybe try to explain The Room to Courtney, but really, unless you watch it, it will not make any sense. You'll never quite get how weird it is. But this guy, Tommy Wiseau, self-funded this just bizarre movie that he stars in, and he talks in this way that is just so anti-naturalistic, in such a stylized, strange, not clear if it's intentional or if he's just the worst actor of all time kind of way. And so you watch it and it's just baffling. Every decision he makes no sense if you have any sense of how to dramatically stage anything. But it's so weird and so bad that it's kind of amazing at the same time. I don't know. Am I capturing the essence?
Yes. It's a little unnerving. There have been a couple different times that I've watched movies for film festivals, and sometimes they get close to that Room energy, and it's very, it's just unnerving. Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it.
Let me pull up a clip so that Courtney gets a sense of broadly what we're talking about here. Okay. The Room, let's see, great best moments. We'll try this one out. Let me share the screen with you guys. Will, when did you first watch The Room?
Probably 2015, 2016, when I first discovered you could combine marijuana with shitty movies, and they became very good movies in their own way.
So this just says best moments. I don't know exactly where it's going to pull from.
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me. How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Here you go. Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
It's so
What is
natural.
happening?
It's like a real conversation I've had before many times.
Just the pace, the acting, the way they deliver the lines, the way it's cut, where the camera is, none of it makes any sense. So, Courtney, what's your immediate reaction to that?
Literally, what is going on? Did I accidentally double the speed of this? What is?
No, it's just that badly paced and very expensively shot. So it looks like it should be a real movie, but then you see it's like very unnatural. So it's kind of a cult classic for that reason.
Is he trolling people with this entire movie?
That's a good question. I don't know,
We'll never know
that anybody can quite answer that one, can they?
No, I think if he's trolling with this movie, he's trolling for his entire life, because the act doesn't stop.
Commit to the bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Here's a very iconic part, Courtney. We'll watch this and then we can wrap up this part. But
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
so, okay, just insane, strange stuff. But enough people are obsessed with that movie that maybe it should be recognized. So I don't know. The central question that I wanted to get to the heart of here is, if a bad movie has a cultural footprint, does it deserve a spot?
I think yes.
Okay.
But what do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think if it's bad enough that it's sort of good, then yeah, it does have enough of that cultural element, I would say. And enough people are quoting it where you might hear it on the street. I think that would be also a good positive
So
attribute.
quoting it. So people quote this chicken jockey thing from the Minecraft movie, right? Does that
Jockey, yes.
all right? Is that enough? Does it qualify?
Well, maybe in 10 years it will, once all of the teenage boys who are cheering it in the theater, when they grow up, maybe if it sticks, but I'm not sure if things stick like that anymore or not. So we'll have to wait and see. Because I'm thinking of something like Ishtar, which I know is up Tom's alley.
Yeah.
Which,
big
you
fan.
know,
Tom loves Ishtar. You just turn onto the best tangent possible.
I love Ishtar.
I knew it.
Notably, I mean, for a long time, its cultural space was this is the worst movie of all time, which is totally unfair. It's It's not the best movie of all time, but it's a funny movie. And the fact, though, that it had a staying power as worst movie ever, that's cultural significance.
Yes. Charles Grodin and his blind camel.
Right. Yeah. Will, Courtney, did you guys have any contenders? I know part of what I pitched to you was, what are the dumbest movies that deserve recognition? What did you guys come up with?
Courtney can go first. I have a list, but Courtney can go first.
I think Idiocracy is up there, or recently Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't watch that.
What's your argument for that one, Courtney? I'm curious.
Who doesn't want to see their lifelong childhood love become a mass murderer?
Yeah. I mean, the long-running project to just never let IP die and just sort of kill it through eventual irrelevance is kind of similar, I guess. Like Star Wars at this point. It's like, they're kind of like, can we just take it out back and shoot it? Do we need to keep making these?
Yeah.
Will, as you asked this question, what's your justification? It makes me think, I think we should have like a trial for all these things. You get the librarians up there and he's
Spanish.
like,
nobody ever expects the Spanish Inquisition, Tom, but here we
rise. Let me hear your case. We have someone who's pro and someone who's con, someone who's like, no, that does not deserve a spot. And then we've got the prosecution and the defense.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
Okay, so who's who?
Yeah, I think. Well, Courtney's got to be she's the defense for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and then Will. I don't know if I haven't seen it. Have any of us actually watched that movie?
Have you seen it?
No, not me.
No. Okay.
So this will be a quick trial.
Just me?
Yeah,
but
it's great.
Clips. I don't know if I'd be a good judge of the film off of clips, though. So I might have to excuse myself.
Okay. On the flip side, though, I think Idiocracy, you can definitely make that case.
For sure.
Especially as there was the wrestling match on the White House lawn. It's hard not to think about Camacho. And my long-running joke about President Camacho is he's dumb, but he's not a bad person. I would take him over our current president.
He's a humble guy, which is really funny.
When confronted with science at a certain point, he acknowledges reality. So, we could do worse.
Yeah. We could do worse. Do you think that movie would ever make it in? Especially considering the culture wars of today. Do you think that would ever make it into the Library of Congress? I mean, critics of that movie now, I don't know that it was really a thing 20 years ago. They'll say that it's got a eugenicist sort of element that like, it's saying only smart liberals should have babies or something along those lines, which I think is reading a little more into it. Mike Judge, I think he's making a funny movie at the end of the day. Yeah. I think so. I don't know. Okay, so those are two from Courtney. I think one's making it in. Courtney, we're on the fence about the Winnie the Pooh one, but unless there's maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm too harsh on this movie. But there's like a bunch of those now where it's horror movies with these old now public domain kids features or kids characters.
Mm-hmm.
Steamboat Willie and all of that.
Yes.
Give it time, because for the film registry, it does need to be at least 10 years old. So Blood and Honey, it might, give it time, and it might end up being a cult classic. We'll have to see.
It might age like a fine wine. You never know. We'll have to see.
Steamboat Willie's kind of terrifying. I remember even as a kid, you watch that, you just like the way he moves, the way he looks. It's like demonic.
It's uncanny valley. I don't like it. Yeah.
That he turned into Mickey Mouse is its own kind of miracle, but I'm almost like, I don't trust this Mickey Mouse guy because I know what he started as.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom knows the origin of Mickey.
I've seen the monster that got tamed.
I've seen it all.
Seeing who in your high school class became a nurse, you're like,
yeah. You're like, which hospital do they work at? Okay, good to know.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, I'm not going to that hospital.
Become a nurse, or even worse, sometimes you're like, that guy's a doctor. Oh my god, how many doctors out there used to be that guy at some point in their lives?
A lawyer. I knew this guy. In high school, who basically argued with me one time that. He was basically saying that he didn't have to change the thing that I wrote for him because even though I wasn't technically doing his homework, he was like, well, I don't have to change it. I can still submit it. And I was like, all right, dude, but you're sort of cheating off of my homework. And he sort of explained like, yeah, but if I can just sort of change enough of it, it'll be fine. And I was like, okay. And that guy's a lawyer now. So I don't know.
That fits. He's like, I know exactly where the lines are and exactly how much I need to do.
Maybe in that sense, he's a great lawyer, But that sort of is like, I don't want my lawyer cheating off of some other lawyer's homework. You know what I mean? That's not cool.
All right, Will, let's get a couple nominations from you. What are some dumb movies you think deserve recognition?
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with the bad one, and then we'll get to the good one. They might both be bad ones, though. So we'll see. So I just watched Rush Hour 3 last night.
Wow.
And I have a few thoughts. First of all, that movie has not aged well. It has been 20 years since that movie came out, and a lot of the jokes in that movie are basically Chris Tucker making fun of women's weight. And I was like, yeah, it was sort of nails on a chalkboard when I heard this. I was like, okay, so this was funny in 2007. I think that even though it was a box office critical failure, I think that Rush Hour 3 contributes a lot in the sense that we have a little encapsulation of how shitty and annoying 2007 was. And sort of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker are the face of that annoying year. So anyways, that's it's not a great case, I understand, but that's the best I got for Rush Hour 3. What do you think? So would it make it in?
Part of the argument here is let's not do that again. Let's not forget our past mistakes.
Right. 3 was enough.
And if I'm not mistaken, that one even has a Roman Polanski cameo, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so for that reason, it should just be in the Library of Congress in the sense that it's sort of like, this is the most disgusting project humanity ever embarked on. Let's not do this again.
What a weird decision to sort of make a big studio comedy and say, you know what? I bet Roman's not busy this weekend. Maybe we can get him to come down for a day.
He lives in Europe because he's...
I was about to say it was actually a ruse to get him into the United States.
Yeah.
You think that project's more disgusting than Human Centipede?
Different kind of disgusting, I guess. It's not maybe not trying to be provocative, even though it actually is. Versus
of those
Human
two,
Centipede.
Of those two, which do you think would actually make it into the Library of Congress, though?
I would hope Human Centipede.
Same. I would hope for that one too.
If only because of its place as something that you pull out on an unsuspecting friend. Like, hey, let's watch this movie. It's really funny. And then they're like, what have you done to me?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a before and after watching the Human Centipede in your life. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's significant personally, and enough people it could become a cultural significance.
There you go. My one caveat for Rush Hour 3, you mentioned that it really symbolizes what the culture was like at 2007 and how dumb it was. The thing is, there's so many movies from that era that are incredibly stupid.
That's true. Tropic Thunder, for example, even dumber.
Exactly. Yeah. My first thought was like, well, Snakes on a Plane, of course.
True.
Of course.
Yeah. Are there any of those sort of like slapstick, sort of jokey, ridiculous, over-the-top comedies from the early 2000s in the Library of Congress that you're aware of? Like, did any make it?
Question.
I didn't see. I'm looking through it right now too, and I tried to write down some ones that were notable. There wasn't like the Broken Lizard movie that made it in or anything ridiculous.
Scary movie 2.
Scary movie did not. I thought about Scream, which is I think culturally significant and a good movie, but horror often doesn't quite make it in.
Right. It's getting more common now. I think this last year, both Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Thing went in. So that was cool. That was neat. But yeah, I'm looking at like 2006, 2007, and there's Brokeback Mountain, No Country for Old Men. Iron Man is on there, which I mean, that could be an argument. Yeah.
It is culture. I mean, Marvel has taken over the whole industry, so that's significant, I guess.
That was the first starting point. That was a symptom, the first symptom.
Yeah, it was the little sniffle that eventually killed the industry.
Yeah.
I saw there was like some of the old Mel Brooks comedies you'd sort of expect, like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. It would be funny if they were like Dracula Dead and Loving It. We're going to add that one in. We need more Mel Brooks. We're going to go to the bad ones.
Yeah. His whole catalog.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Jenny.
Well, we were just joking at my house that maybe White Chicks should be on there. That might be.
I know somebody who unironically says that's the best movie ever made. So there's at least one person out there.
It would make their year for it to make the list.
Yes. Okay. Will, you had a second nomination. You want to throw your other one out there? Yeah,
I have a second one, and then I have an honorable mention.
Okay.
So the Second one I have is the movie Anaconda from 1997. You guys ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's just, I think that's a good bad movie, and that's a personal sort of comfort food of movies. Whenever that's on in a hotel or something, oh yeah, turn that up. I've seen this movie 6 times, 8 times, 10 times, but it just every single time. Ice Cube, everybody, the whole cast is just
J-Lo.
J-Lo's in there. Yeah, it's I guess like a really good bad movie, but I don't know if that would make it into the Library of Congress just off of that merit alone. And also, it's just my personal favorite, so I don't think the Library of Congress would take that subjectivity into account.
Judge Rob Schneider's like, yeah, I auditioned for that one. They didn't cast me, so declined.
Yeah, I was supposed to have Ice Cube's role. You're like, yeah,
I could have done it better. He starts quoting the movie to you, Ice Cube's role, like the way he auditioned for it.
I learned that whole script after the movie was released. You're like, wow, Rob, you really didn't have to do that, but okay, cool.
So, okay, one that I think is a genuinely good movie, but it got bad reviews. It didn't make a lot of money, but I think it's had a staying power, and it's led to some spin-offs or some prequels, sequels. Wet Hot American Summer, David Wayne. I think it's David Wayne has that weird sensibility. It's kind of this surreal, elevated, ridiculous world. It's very funny. When he does these ensembles, I think, it's kind of varying degrees of success with the movies, but the amount of craft that goes into making something like Wet Hot American Summer kind of endlessly rewatchable, I think is genuinely impressive filmmaking, even though it's very stupid. And to me, that's a kind of movie that should be recognized. And maybe we're getting to the point where that stupid stuff can't actually be thought of as real craft, as opposed to like the critics at the time who were like, I don't know what this is. It's kind of funny, whatever. But maybe I'm like an early adopter of a degraded kind of sensibility, but I think it's a great movie.
Stupidity takes work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. When this show is a testament to that.
So much work. Exactly.
Yeah, we put so much into this.
Lots of blood, sweat, and tears.
Okay. Here's one from the actual list I want to throw at you guys. Star Wars episode, what would it be? 6, Return of the Jedi is on there. And I get the initial Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, but you don't have to put the whole series in there. You can stop when they stop being that good.
Yeah. I don't think they need to add anything beyond the first, which is what, the third?
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. I mean, I don't know, like by the time we get to Mandalorian and Grogu, I don't know that we're like, okay, I get it. You like Star Wars, but should there be a rule maybe where you only get one movie per filmmaker or per series?
Yeah. And you can just put etc. by the title.
Yeah. Star Wars, etc.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And so forth.
Etc. etc. I was actually thinking of throwing in a quick honorable mention here, Tom. I think the first 40 minutes of the movie From Dusk Till Dawn should be entered into the Library of Congress.
Only the first 40 minutes.
Yes, because I've trolled many friends with that watching this movie. They're like, oh, this is an unknown Quentin Tarantino movie. And I'm like, yes, this is so good, guys. Wait till you get to the ending. And then when the vampires come out in the middle, they're like, oh, what the heck is... So I guess... I don't know, just sort of such whiplash from a movie I've never experienced, and I felt like I needed to give it to other people. So would that be culturally significant in some sort of way? Would you say, Genevieve? Going out on a limb here?
I like the idea of only giving a segment of a movie the honor.
Yeah, same.
Only
so funny.
this much.
The first scene of the movie is good, but the rest is, not protected by the Library of Congress.
Or like to go back to Billy Madison, if we just say the part with either Chris Farley or Jim Downey, like that, I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. That 1 minute, very funny. Maybe that should be in there, but I could take or leave the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it ever work like that? I guess now we're pivoting to short form content. You're talking about Vines and TikToks before. Do you think that would ever make it to the Library of Congress if it stays alive and functioning?
I honestly kind of hope so. Maybe not like clips of a movie per se, but I do kind of hope short form does get that kind of preservational taken seriously. Just because, we've been told over and over as we've grown up with it that the internet is forever, and it's clearly not, and things do disappear. Like just the other day, I was looking for an old website that I played on as a kid. It was called Mama Media, and it was a very bizarre, techno, very Y2K website. It does not exist anymore. There's like 2 screenshots on the entire internet.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah. And so I do worry that, the sacred texts, they're gonna burn down. So I would be, I'm very pro them considering at least a few short form snippets here and there.
I think that would be great. For example, that video that I've seen at least once willingly and then dozens of times unwillingly, of the little kid saying, "Charlie bit my finger."
Yeah.
That's
Classic.
an old pull. Most of the people listening to the show might not even understand that. There are a lot of Gen Z on the show. I'm just kidding. But basically that in and of itself, people reference that. People around my age know what I'm talking about. And it is sort of like, I guess, perennial in the sense that people like we all know what that's referring to, even if that's sort of from the older part of the internet. And so I guess if you have like a couple of key pillars at certain key moments while the internet was forming its general ether, I don't know. I think that could be beneficial.
Charlie the Unicorn, right? That was on that.
Oh Lord.
Exactly.
Salad fingers. Anyone?
All salad fingers. Yes.
Old Greg.
Old Greg. Homestar.
Old Greg.
Homestar Runner.
Congress.
I don't know. But that, okay, is that just like a unique nostalgia to people of a certain age, or are those culturally significant to anybody who was not on the internet at that exact moment?
True.
I don't think so. One time I helped the guy at a job I had in California who made the music video Shoes. And
oh my God, shoes.
Oh my God, shoes. And, I was running around being like, oh my gosh, guess who I just helped? And it was very 50-50 on whether there was any recognition or not. And there were some older people who had no idea, and some people around my age who were on that wavelength. And then once you got younger, it was just like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm happy for you.
But so they could discover it. They go to the Library of Congress and they're looking through and they find shoes on there. And they're like, I got to watch this because it's culturally significant and I need to be a well-rounded human.
Yes.
Here you go.
I guess to throw out another point, people might not understand the shoes reference, but then some people might not understand the snakes on a plane reference. I had a coworker in a meeting the other day, and she's a bit younger than the group, and they were referencing, gotta get these snakes off this damn plane. Everybody's laughing, and she's like, "Oh, what was that?" She didn't get it. It just went whoosh for her. So of a certain generation now that are alive and like of adult working age, they don't know snakes on a plane. And I'm not saying snakes on a plane is in the Library of Congress, but like anyone over like 35 would probably know what you're talking about. So I don't know. I guess in the same way that only maybe a millennial might know the shoes reference or the Charlie bit my finger reference. It's like sort of like Gen Z doesn't understand any of that. But then Gen Z is going to have references that we don't understand. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you have a really interesting job trying to figure out what's actually culturally significant. And I'm very jealous. That's a great job.
What's the kids all did the dance from that one game where they'd like sway.
Fortnite?
Yeah, Fortnite dance. That's good. The kids of tomorrow. This is the things they might want to put in there, right? Fortnite dance. I don't know. What are the kids watching? The backroom stuff probably gets in there, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I've been having to filter out iShowSpeed videos. I don't.
Oh, man. That's so funny.
It's rough out here.
Yeah. They're going to be like, I'm not watching an old classic like Snakes on a Plane. I got fun new stuff to watch. That's more exciting.
Yeah. Snakes on a Plane for like a young person is like Casablanca for us.
Yes.
It's like, oh, it's black and white. I don't know. What even is it? I don't care about this.
Shot on film. Looks old. Feels old.
Yeah. Has old people in the movie that are dead now.
It's an hour and a half long. Like old stuff.
Too long. Really.
I don't know. So, okay. Jenny, any other ones you wanted to bring up? Maybe dumb movies that aren't getting recognized that maybe should get a fair shake?
Thank you for asking. There is one on my list that I know is dumb, but I think it's very smart and it's very American and it's all about capitalism, like late stage capitalism in like 1999. It's Good Burger. I think Good Burger.
Let's go.
Nice. Good pick.
I'm a dude, you're a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes.
We're all dudes. Hey.
And I love how joyful and stupid it is, but at the same time, it's really smart. It's a mom and pop burger shop against the world, against the Walmart of burgers.
Mondo
And
Burger, is that right?
Mondo Burger, yes.
Mondo Burger.
Frickin' Mondo Burger with a Kurt or Kirk, I'm blanking, but just iconic character work. Very funny, and it's a message that's very relevant to America always. I also saw the sequel, which is like a hate mail to AI, which I loved. They made Kel into an AI robot.
Oh.
And yeah, and
Very
and
topical.
he's going to run a restaurant, this little army of Keenan and Kel robots. And yeah, I really love how Good Burger has grown into this thing, being like, let's just go back to a mom and pop burger shop. Why are we complicating it?
Good Burger 2, did that come out? Was that one of the straight, like, right to streaming Peacock movies or something?
I believe so. I think it was Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Boo, hiss Paramount, but I did watch it.
I think it was a time when there was so much stuff on you had to have 15 different apps to watch everything. It fell through the cracks for me, but it sounds like they tried a little harder than maybe even they needed to on Good Burger 2.
I haven't talked to a single soul who has seen it, but I liked it. But I honestly hope the first one gets on the list someday, because I don't know, I think it would be fun for anybody to go back and revisit and see where the cultural consciousness about fast food was back then. Like, what were we leaving behind even then?
And one of the first Shaq cameos, probably.
Yeah. Who knows? I will always regret not going to Shacktober on the Queen Mary.
No.
Oh, a
right.
lifetime of regret.
So Good Burger, I think approved. All three of us, we're going to submit that one to the library.
Approved.
What else do you have? Was there another one?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one that I would be very upset if it made it on, but at the same time, I would understand. It's finally old enough, which is movie 43.
Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa.
Nice.
Which is very dumb. But at the same time, I feel like it is the essence of all of these romantic comedies, and like it's a mix of these romantic comedies that were coming out that were all like, a cast of over a dozen celebrities.
Uh-huh.
Like Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, He's Just Not That Into You, things like that. And a Judd Apatow, super bad, knocked up type movie. And like they had a baby, and it was an incredibly deformed and sad baby. And so like I can see an argument for it, but that was probably the dumbest movie I could think of that at least was somewhat in the mainstream consciousness.
Okay, so I think I'm thinking of the right movie. This is the one where Hugh Jackman has testicles on his chin or something.
Yes, he does.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And I think like Halle Berry it was a very graphic movie. I'm pretty sure she like dips her breasts in soup or something.
It's amazing what was funny at the time.
We're still laughing.
I guess so. Yeah.
I just love the idea that some of these images would be next to like now in the Library of Congress on the new DVD or new Blu-ray that comes out. Movie 43. Wow. Okay. Okay. Some other ones I want to throw out there that I don't think are very good, but a movie like Twilight. Maybe we have defenders of it. I don't know, but definitely culturally relevant. Should it be in there?
Unfortunately, I think so.
Oh yeah.
What's the case beyond the fact that people still watch it? Do we want to make a case for the merits of Twilight?
Well, that's a good point. It does have longevity. It has a soundtrack that has lived beyond it. You know, you hear Supermassive, Black Hole, or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's the Twilight song.
Yeah.
Um,
I was at a Barnes & Noble in Utah recently, and they had not one, but it was volume 1 and 2 of vinyl soundtracks for, I think, New Moon, broken up into 2 different $40 vinyl sets you could buy.
Oh my God.
I never was a huge Twilight fan. I did read the books and I watched the first 2 movies, so I wasn't super hardcore, but there's just something about it that I don't know. There's the first one, at least, I thought it was genuinely very funny and and fun, and it had a sense of humor about itself, and I don't think the later ones did, as far as I can tell. So I would at least include the first one. Like you guys were saying, I don't think you need to include a whole series. It can just be like Twilight et al.
Yeah. So Twilight gets in. Okay. Another one. Kind of, I think a movie that when I was a young child, I thought was funny. And then when I rewatched it at some point, I couldn't make it to the end because I was so annoyed. But I think has cultural staying power. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Absolutely.
Ooh, Genevieve looks skeptical.
I think I'd have to watch it because I don't remember ever sitting through it.
Oh, I think if you're not a child, Jim Carrey screaming constantly. I don't know. I found it pretty grating when I went back to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point, though. Is there a list just for children?
Children's Library of Congress. I love that.
Miners Library of Congress.
I saw The Lion King and Shrek were in the official one, but I don't know. I don't know what would be on the kids one for today. I guess I'm not watching enough kids movies to really have even a sense.
Yeah, Tom, you're going to be your movie picks are going to be on the elderly Library of Congress soon, my friend. We're all getting up there. So I think that's more relevant to us.
Yeah, I was talking to some teenagers fairly recently. They asked what movies I like, and I think I mentioned Anchorman and probably Wet Hot American Summer as well. And they were like, "Oh, you like old movies?" And I remember thinking, like,
God,
these are like at least past 2000. I guess if that's old now, I don't know.
What did they like? They like the movies that came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they like watching TikTok. Probably, I don't know. They like Backrooms. They like.
Wait, you didn't even ask them? You're like these kids need to hear my opinion of movies, but then you didn't ask what the kids are watching.
I don't remember what they said, so that's just egotism on my part. Tunnel vision.
Oh man,
if I don't like
one
it,
ear out the other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there aren't a lot of great comedies that come out these days. This is what they were asking about.
Oh, okay.
You know, I used to talk to freshmen in college about horror movies, about monster movies, and the movie that came up every year. So this was probably 2022 through 2024. So like 3 years. And the movie that always came up was The Conjuring. They all adored it. So it came out around the time they were in middle school. And they were super into it. I wonder if The Conjuring should be on the list, if it has that staying power.
This is where I'll be that 90-year-old that Will says that my taste corresponds with. But The Conjuring has always been a movie that I felt like it is just so blatantly derivative of 5 good horror movies that came out long enough ago that maybe you are young, you're watching it, you haven't gone through all the classics. But if you've watched the classics, there's really not much there.
That's a very good point. And yeah, they seemed really shook by it, which kind of surprised me just because this generation seems so unshook by anything. So I don't know. I'm so worried, guys. I'm just worried.
Oh no, that's not good. We're supposed to be helping you have a good time on our show and not worrying.
She's spiraling now because of us.
Yeah. Oh
The
no.
more I think about it, I'm like, oh no, oh dear.
Yeah. Oh no, we're in deep trouble.
Yeah.
I worry to be old here. Is again, I think the fact that I don't know how many young people who are getting into the medium would look at the Library of Congress versus they just ask, I don't know, AI, what should I watch if I like X types of movies? That's where I get more scared.
Yeah, where they're not. Even if you say, hey, go look it up, when they go look it up, it's Google AI telling them, hey, you should check out this, instead of someone who's like an expert or a professional or just a genuinely enthusiastic human. That would be great.
Right. A human who actually watched the movies versus an LLM that's like, I looked at a bunch of reviews of them and here's my thought.
Boring.
I scanned those movies, and here are not even my thoughts. Here are like 6 opinionated things that are written from an impartial point of view.
And here's what Elon Musk thinks I have to say about this movie, or I get my brain rebooted.
We fixed it.
Yeah, right. Jenny, what are your general worries? We don't have to end on a negative note, but like, how can we, maybe let's turn it into a positive thing. What can we do to help the kids of tomorrow have a sense of history, of culture, etc.?
Well, I think following their lead, that's what I always tell people is, your kids, so follow their lead. And so, I really listen to what my child is into, and I try to incorporate it. Like, oh, you're really into Michael Jackson right now for some godforsaken reason. Let's watch the Thriller music video. And maybe in the near future, we can introduce an American Werewolf in London, like just kind of pulling from there and being like, see how this relates to that thing you like, or see, he watches Stranger Things videos. He listens to Kate Bush. Let's listen to another Kate Bush song and not just running up that hill ad nauseum.
So Gateways is...
Yeah, I think, because I talk to other parents who are like, I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm like, well, get on the level, and, maybe you'll be surprised how many old things are getting regurgitated just in very bizarre ways.
That's true. I've heard that Gen Z is big into Y2K fashion. All the stuff that people were wearing in the Y2Ks, now Gen Zs are like, wow, this is really cool. It's called vintage clothing.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, I have one of those in my closet.
So like, if you like that
Thought
fashion,
vintage was for dead people.
Maybe you should watch White Chicks.
Yeah, exactly. And then they might go, okay, well, I'll check it out. And then they sit through the first 5 minutes of it and they say, I watched it and that was funny.
They sit through the first 5 minutes, kind of looking up from their phone, and they're like, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
A canon event of watching a movie with your parents and you realize that they're the phone addicts, not you. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Who is he?
So funny.
What's going on? What's he mad about?
Yeah.
That was all right, I guess. Like, you weren't watching.
Yeah, I noticed my my newest TV has a feature. Maybe all of them do now if you're on Amazon. But I pause it and it offers me, "Do you want AI to summarize the movie you're watching right now?"
Oh my gosh!
Apocalyptic.
Oh,
like okay, let's maybe give up on the human race at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's so terrifying. This is the only time I've used AI in like years and years. But a friend sent some very deliberate word salad to me, and we decided to have AI summarize it. Like, what did they think you're saying? And it said, he said something very deep and philosophical about the current situation.
What?
Deep. Wow. That's detailed.
And I was like, wow. So I bring that up now. I'm like, that was really deep and philosophical of you.
about the current situation.
The current situation that we happen to be in.
Oh, speaking of phrases that have kind of entered our vernacular, if the Zapruder film can be on there, I'm going to nominate one last one. It's not dark. It's a funny thing that we on this show have quoted too many times. But when J.D. Vance was going to order donuts and had a camera team behind him and went in there to try to be Mr. Charming, vice presidential candidate, and they asked him, "All right, sir, what can I get you?" He said, "Whatever makes sense. Whatever makes sense." And then he kept asking people questions like, "Oh, so you when did you get here today?" And the person says, "I opened." He says, "Okay, great. What about you? When's your shift end?" She's like, "A few hours." "Okay, great." Just great. No charisma at all. Couldn't come up with a single thing to say. As a person he's been around normal people, it's like he has not been an elite for so long that he's never had to talk to a common person at a donut shop. But very funny to watch, and we're always saying whatever makes sense. So I'm going to throw that as my last terrible nomination for the Library of Congress.
Yes.
I would love to see that on the list, just in quotation marks, whatever makes sense, in parentheses, J.D. Vance donut shop video.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, I am a filmmaker who has a movie in the Library of Congress.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, that's how they
And
would
it's
say
not
it.
hillbilly elegy.
Yes, yeah.
Although I do take the IMDb credit for that one too.
Yeah. All right. We're wrapping up here. Any last nominations anyone wants to throw out before we end the show?
I mean, Jaws: The Revenge. I know we were talking about that a couple weeks ago with Michael Caine.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that Jaws was on there, so maybe if we could just add the "et al." by the Jaws title, that would be wonderful.
All the Jaws.
I love it.
I wonder if they could do that for every series. Like, I'm pretty sure Psycho's got to be on there, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so all of the Psycho movies, all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. All 4 Shrek, or is there 5? I didn't see Toy Story on there. Is it on there?
Let's find out.
You would think it'd be on there. But this is where then the guy who gets hired to direct the 8th part of a series that's way beyond even running on fumes now is sort of like included and feels very validated without maybe deserving it.
Yes. Totally. It is. I see Toy Story as on there.
Yo, oh my gosh. You know, it makes me wonder. I'm like, dumb people deserve movies. Do bad filmmakers deserve encouragement?
It's a good question.
You know,
question. Yeah.
I've been thinking
That's
about
true.
that a lot lately as someone who reviews movies. It's like, how far can you meet someone where they are before you say, I'm sorry, this is too far for me?
Yes. Well, I mean, the Winnie the Pooh has turned into a trilogy. How much blood and honey do we need?
If people keep watching it, they'll keep making it. So, I mean, to some extent, even the fact that, like, okay, Iron Man's on there. Let me pick low-hanging fruit here. All of these Marvel movies, in theory, would be at the et al. And not all necessarily terrible, but it's not really trying to be art-forward, I would say. It's, it's
just Marvel Universe
Yeah.
is what's listed
the
on
whole
there.
thing. It's culturally significant, but encouraging the people who do that kind of stuff doesn't seem all that useful for the medium or for art, for culture.
Well, I hope Todd Blanche is listening and he can take all of our feedback to heart and add the Marvel Universe and the TikToks and the Vines and the JD Vance clips.
Yes,
And
please,
That'd be
Todd.
great.
When do they
Please,
decide
Please,
if
Mr. Blanche.
they decide this year if it's going to be a thing for another 10 years?
That's supposedly what it said. What Wikipedia said. I did very deep research on the Wikipedia.
That's the level of research we love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Work.
It says here that it was reauthorized in July 29th, 2016. So we're kind of past the 10-year period. I really wonder.
It's just going to, Trump's going to say, we revamped it. We cut a bunch of costs. It's now just every movie that he has a cameo in.
Yeah, and also Rush Hour 4 will be made.
Yeah. Rush Hour 4 preemptively is on there because he knows it's going to be great. And then Home Alone.
And they're going to make a Mandalorian and Grogu Fight Back 6. It's going to be on the list as
so
well.
long as he's in it, he's like, I want to have a part in that. I want to play a beautiful little alien.
The beautiful Grogu.
Yeah. Grogu's old mentor. All right.
Genius mentor.
Well, this has been illuminating. If okay, should people reach out to their representatives to try to keep this thing going? Is there a proactive thing anyone can do?
You know what? I think the best thing you can do, I don't know when this episode's coming out, but I heard somewhere that you can nominate movies until August 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear this before August 15th, 2026, you can nominate movies and show interest. And of course, you can always just be sending letters saying, hey, support the ALA, support the libraries. And I'm sure your congressman will send you a very nice form letter back a year later.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes that's all we can, you want to feel like you're trying to help things. And if that makes you feel better, you can send them,
You want to
I got
scream
a-
into the void.
Yeah.
Yep, I got a batch of emails back from Don Bacon about a week ago for all the emails I sent like at the beginning of the year. And I'm like, Don, I don't even remember what I was mad about.
Well, okay, we don't need to get too far into that. So first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving our listeners a sense of the values of dumb cinema and just, I think, some fun, interesting conversations about legitimation and culture and all of that. So thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. And yeah, I feel like we could just be tossing dumb movies back and forth all day because there's a lot of them.
Well, we'll see.
Tons of them.
We'll see if the thing exists, and then maybe we can do a part 2 someday.
Hey, yeah.
All right, everybody
That sounds
listening.
Thanks so much,
Thanks.
Jenny.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Head over to y2kshow.substack.com. If you're not a subscriber already, you can become a premium subscriber there. And please leave us a review. What was the review we came up with? I think I get what this is. Or what was the one?
I think I get it.
I think I get it. Perfect.
I think I get it.
Copy that.
I think so.
Go post that right now.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
do it. Okay. Should I leave?
Should I
Yeah,
leave?
get out of here.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Come on, get out of here.
The Y2K Show is a production of Yankee Deer Media. Our music is written and contributed by Das Cope. You can find all of our episodes over at y2kshow.substack.com, where if you are a premium subscriber, you get access to everything, including bonus episodes. You can follow the show on TikTok or Instagram, and if you have a moment, please consider adding a review on your favorite podcast app. Thanks for listening.